Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from the Lost Isles Zoo here on the ZAWA Together server, a server that has been going for over 2 years now. I think. I actually don't remember when we started this, but it feels like feels like 2 years. It's definitely been over a year. All right, 2 years. And we're back. We're back doing some more building on the zoo because we're not done yet. I have a sign. Heard you might need some grass. I think this was from Corey. There's a sign right in my face. But yeah, we've been at this for almost a year, literally years now. It's just kind of crazy. This zoo is massive. Definitely a mega build. I've been doing a little bit of work off camera. It's been, we had like a little break from building in the zoo last week. We did a little haunted house fun at Maddie's hide and seek place that she built, which was absolutely fantastic. But it's time to get back to work. Scarlet, Toby, I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's the name of my dogs that's been down here the entire time. Scarlet and Toby. Alright, so it's time to get back at it here. I want to get up there and take a peek. I want to show you what I've done so far, and then we got some raccoons to name, and then it's on to building a brand spanking new exhibit today. Yeah, so I want to build a new exhibit. There's a red dot on the map, though. Oh, there's a skeleton. Alright, anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go fly through the cave like Superman. Up, and away, web. I'm just kidding, that was Spider-Man. Alright, but over here I've been actually putting some, let me see if I can hide my HUD real quick. I've been putting grass up the side of the mountain, up the side of the volcanoes, and you can see I put all the grass in here. All the grass in here as well, all the way up to the top of this. So if we land without splattering and dying, I can show you guys the map. So this is what I got done. I also got the right side of the western side of the smaller volcano here dug out. So this is dug out too. Let me get over there and so I can show you guys. But I don't have the grass put in over there. So I mean this is like 40 stacks of grass. Okay, it's a lot. So I got this place basically dug out right here. It's a little janky down here, but that's because I might actually be working down there in just a little bit. Because I need a place for an exhibit, and that place might be chef's kiss perfect. All right, so, but yeah, I've been putting a lot of grass. There's still a lot of foliage that needs to go in here, but that's actually not the only improvement that I made. Or well, this is a build improvement, but this is not the only part that I was working on. I also did that. All right, so this is my little underground section where the slime farm is, and if you notice over there, those are creepers. All right, this is usually where I go down to have like a little fight night and just, or fight day, because mobs spawn down here even during the day. And right now, the only thing that spawns down here are bats and creepers, all right? So I did this because, I was trying to shoot around them, but instead I just missed completely. I did this because creepers are the only thing that can spawn in here, other than the bats. So that means that I can just come down here and harvest up gunpowder whenever I want. Like right there, I just got 8. I just got 8 gunpowder right there. It was pretty special. So as a result of having this creeper farm effectively here, it's a manual one. I got to go kill them. But as a result of having this here, I now have a buttload of gunpowder. And with that gunpowder, I can make a lot of rockets, which is good because that's how I get around. And usually I go down there just for the gunpowder anyway. And like the bones and stuff are an extra plus. But I've also got a chicken farm, so I got a ton of feathers. I just need to grab some flint and a bunch of wood that I already have. And I should be good to go then after that. I mean, I'll be fine. Alright, so a couple of weeks back, before the week of horror, we built this. Alright, this was the raccoon exhibit. And you guys killed it in the comment section again for leaving names for these little guys. I've got 2 raccoons. And I think it's time that we get back. Well, I just came from there, but I think it's time we get back to the hidey hole so that I can get to naming these. Okay, let's see, which chest is it again? I know this, here we go. Let's grab 2 name tags, and we're gonna go over to the anvil. Hopefully it doesn't break on us. The first one is gonna be the most requested name, and that's Rocket. Obviously from Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket Raccoon right there. A bunch of you suggested this. Our very own Cinnamon, favorite spice on the server, Cinnamon recommended. Steve, Star Nanny, Peanut Butter, and General Grievous 06 all recommended Rocket. And for the second one, a big shout out to King Printer out there. If you are watching, we are going to name this one GReimer. We're going to name this one GReimer like the Pokemon, though, because they're kind of like poison sludge monster, things like that. And these are trash pandas. They dig in trash a whole lot. Now, I guess maybe Garbodor probably would have worked also, but that is not the one that King Printer recommended. So we're going to go with GReimer instead. So thanks for that. I think it's a perfect name. Okay, we are here. Let me grab my balls real quick and yeet them onto the ground so I can slide through the wall there like the Flash. Alright, so here we are in the raccoon exhibit. I do like how this one turned out. It is quite nice. It's a little exhibit, but that's okay because there's only 2 raccoons that are going in here. So not a biggie, not a big deal whatsoever. All right, so I don't think these things are going to attack me, but who knows? Who knows? All right, so let's go ahead and start releasing these things. We're going to put down Rocket first. Bink right there. Rocket, there you are. Ooh, it's like got a reddish color. Little critters mod too. Look at that. All right, and then we're gonna put down this one here. This is gonna be GReimer. Bam, just like that. There we go. Welcome to the zoo, you guys. I'm gonna skedaddle so you guys can get moved in and enjoy your place. I didn't even check to see if you're chicks or not, or if you're dudes. But good luck to you. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out of here. Goodbye. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to the zoo. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? Now I was looking through my chest of animals that I have down there, and I found 2 of them. 2 of the same kind of animal, called guanacos. Now, are guanacos maybe? I might be mispronouncing it, but I have never heard of these things before in my life. Apparently, they are some kind of antelope-looking thing, almost like a llama-ish kind of looking thing that lives down in South America. I learned so much playing this mod. Now, right here is where I got done doing some digging recently. Whoop, fell off there. Doing some digging recently to kind of shape out this part of the volcano right here, and I wouldn't mind actually kind of perfecting this spot a little bit. It's going to take a lot more terraforming to kind of get this to blend into how I want it, but there's supposed to be a path right here going in front of the what are those ones in there? The little cats, the cats that are really fast. Those ones, the servals, the serval exhibit. All right. It's supposed to be going in front of there and then going into that cave entrance right there. This is all supposed to be, you know, more mountain, so which I can fit exhibits into along the way. So that's the plan anyway. But right here on the surface, the neighbor to the Andean bear, I'm thinking about putting the Guanaco exhibit in, and that's going to take a little bit of terraforming. So give me a second. All right, grab your chicken and swing it in the air if you're the doofus who forgot to hit record while you were doing that time lapse. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. There was supposed to be a time lapse there, but I went ahead and did all of this. I goofed. I tell you. It happens. Mistakes happen. But the good news is the exhibit still exists, all right? So I dug back the mountain here. It would have been so epic. You guys would have loved it. I probably would have put a cool little song in there or something, too. But imagine, like, blocks being broken and some music being played. That's what would have happened. All right, anyway, so I got this built right here. Okay, now this is a rather interesting exhibit, all right? So right here we got this wall that's going to connect up into this over there. I'll fix this later. But we got this interesting exhibit right here because right here is one of the viewing areas, and I say one of them because there's actually 2. You go up here, which is going to be up these stairs right here. You go up here, which is going to be up these stairs right here, and there's going to be another one right here that you can see them. Now, there's some elevation change here because these things are from, like, Chile and Bolivia, I believe, and that kind of area down there, you know, in South America. So, they kind of, like, a lot of the pictures I see of these creatures, guanacos, or however you say them, somebody in the comment section, please tell me. They appear to be on, like, kind of like hillside stuff, so I want to put a little some pretty steep abrupt elevation change in here. But one thing is kind of uniform across all the pictures. There's not a lot of vegetation. Okay, in this area that they live in, there's not a lot of vegetation down there. There's actually very little. It looks more like a desert area. In fact, there's even a part that I read, this is straight off the wiki, where I read about a certain group of these actually live in an area where it hasn't rained in like 50 days or something like that, or 500 days or some crazy number, you know, like it's been insane. And they basically get all their humidity from like cacti that grow in the area. It's not like a barren sand desert either, but cacti that grow in the area that get their water from like fog that comes in like the cooler mornings, and then it like hits the warm rocks or something like that, and it like turns into moisture. So it's crazy. Like it doesn't rain though. It's just weird. Anyway. So yeah, this is the area I'm going to be building in to make it kind of look sort of like that. Now it looks sort of like a Badlands, just with less tree vegetation, which there's not a lot of trees in the Badlands, but like no trees basically. So we're talking a couple of shrubs and a lot of dry, arid environment is what I kind of designed this to look like. Now right now it looks like a bunch of grass, so we're gonna have to do a little work on that. I don't know if I have any blocks ready to do this, actually. Let me look in the grounds block. See here. Oh, I got some limestone. That's not what I want. I got 18 pieces of sand. Yes, I'm ready to go. I have to go get my blocks ready so I can start doing this. But I'm thinking about putting sand and podzol, which is a weird combo, I know. Sand and podzol in here. And some matted down dirt, and of course coarse dirt, and you know, matted down grass. I mean, so path blocks and coarse dirt. And I think that's gonna be it. But yeah, I gotta go grab blocks and apparently sleep because creepers be creeping. You guys, I am actually like almost completely out of sand. I am gonna have to go dig more of this up. That is crazy stuff. I didn't think I'd ever run out of that stuff. I thought I had a whole bunch, but apparently not. Okay, let's start things off as I usually do by breaking my ankles and then hopping in here, and we're gonna start putting in some of the coarse dirt. I think that's the first block gonna go in. We're gonna just dot this around all over the place, make this place look a little dirtier than it currently is. There we go. Got the coarse dirt put in, and so now it is time to move on to sand. Okay, now this is gonna look really strange because sand and podzol are what I'm gonna be adding next here. And again, weird combination. All right, let's just slap these guys down next to each other for a second. Okay, this is a weird combo right here. Usually podzol is used in more like damp areas, and then sand is used in a nice drier area. But podzol in light sprinklings can also look kind of like brown grass. I mean, that's effectively what it is when you look at it. It's disgusting poop colored brown grass. And so it could make it look, especially when you sprinkle in path blocks, like it's just like arid dry ground and sand, of course. So I am going to dot in some sand in here as well as a little bit of podzol. Okay, there we go. Got the sand and the podzol added in there. I can probably store a lot of this stuff now. Just get it out of my inventory just so that I don't have to be looking at it anymore. Be gone. Oh, listen to the cute little mouse deer squeaking over here somewhere. Look at him. He's so adorable. Oh, my God. Okay, so we got this. We got the terrain done here. The sun is setting once again. Man, time flies when you're doing this. I think the next thing I'm going to add is I am going to add like a bush or two in here, like a small one. So we're going to actually bust out some leaf blocks here. Probably some brown birch leaves. I keep using them just because it kind of works. They look really good for the exhibits. That's kind of why I keep using them. And I need to make it look like it's kind of dried up and arid a little bit. So either that or yellow birch leaves, or maybe even some yellow aspen or some aspen leaves here possibly could work. But we'll go with the brown birch leaves. I think those will work best. Maybe even add in a branch or two in here. To kind of make it look like thorns or something. There are actually, or bramble is what I'm trying to say. There is actually bramble in the game, but that actually causes damage to entities. So I don't want to put that in here because I'm trying not to kill the animals. I mean, I know I have a graveyard and all, and we just recently buried a rat there, but I'm trying not to kill the animals. Okay, this looks super scraggly, and I think I kind of love it, all right? I added a couple of bushes in here. I don't need this here, that's for sure. A couple of bushes in here, and they are supposed to look really scraggly, really rough. You know, they're not supposed to be looking super great because it's supposed to be a dry, arid area. And again, like I said, I'm not going for... I can actually probably dot a couple of other little, like, just individual blocks of this kind of around. But I don't really want to make this look like it's got a whole lot of foliage on it because it's not supposed to. So it's just flat out not supposed to, you know? So I think that's probably pretty good. Maybe like one more right here. I think that's probably pretty good. Now, I don't need to hide lighting in here because we got the good old-fashioned sky. The big yellow one in the sky right there, that's the sun. There's your astronomy lesson for you. Or astrology lesson? The study of stars, whichever one that one is. All right, so let's get on to, I guess, plants. We're on to plants already. Let's go in here and see what we got. I'm thinking maybe a prickly pear cactus or 2 or 3 or 4 or 11 will look good in here. Johnson's grass, come with me. You're coming in here. All right, so sweet. Getting that in there for sure. Maybe put a couple of like dead pieces of bamboo in here. No, well, yellow bamboo. I call them dead bamboo, but dead bushes, yep, grab those for sure. Prairie grass, maybe. Dead grass or desert grass, definitely. Okay, we're gonna grab those. We'll grab some prairie grass too. Oh, this is the tall stuff. Hold on, let me grab some of the shorter stuff here. Grab a couple little bits of that too. All right, so let's get to decorating some of this here. First off, let me start off with the yellow bamboo, actually. Let's just put like a piece of that right here or something like that, and then we're gonna grab ourselves a couple bits of, or a bit of string, actually, I think is all we really need for right here. I might only put like one of these in here. Bone meal that just a little bit. And then we're going to take our string and put that on top of it so it can't grow anymore. And then from a distance here, that'll look like just like a branch of something that just kind of is growing out right there. Not much. I don't think bamboo actually grows. Well, it might grow in that area. No, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. But then again, I've never been there, so how would I know? All right, so that's pretty good for that. Let's grab Johnson's grass here and get this in here because this goes in every exhibit. Absolutely every single one. All right, even the underwater ones, all right? Johnson's grass fits in every exhibit. All right, prickly pear cactus. Let's get this thing going here. Definitely put that on some sand there. I think it can go on coarse dirt too, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll try to stick close to the sand. I don't think I need too many of them. I think that's probably just fine, just like literally 2 of them. I said 11 earlier. I was lying. Forgive me. But let's go ahead and dot in a bunch of these dead cacti, or not cacti, but these dead bushes in places, kind of all over the place here. Because if this is like an arid or dry environment, it's probably going to have a couple of dead plants laying around. All right, so that leaves us with the prairie grass and the desert and dead grass. So prairie grass, if I do put this in here, the prairie grass would suggest that it's in like a lush and living environment. So I'm going to put this in kind of sporadically, like it's going to be kind of spread out like that. All right, so I'm not going to put like huge patches of this. It's going to be really spread out, you know. So that way it doesn't look like it's growing in droves or nothing like that. Just a couple bits here or there. All right, and maybe that might be it actually right there. That might be all I'm going to add to that. Maybe like one right here and one down here someplace. Okay, good. And then the desert grass I can actually throw on sand, which is nice. Because I think that adds a really cool little detail. I think the dead grass I might be able to do that too. Yes, I can. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle these guys in. And then I think we're about ready to start putting in the path blocks actually into this place. Because I think that'll make it look really good then. Okay. Alright, well, let's grab the plants backpack here real quick. Yeet these things back into there. I shan't be needing them anymore. I'm going to take these cobble blocks here and just kind of, or these cobble slabs, and just kind of dot them around in here every once in a while. Just kind of rough up the terrain a little bit more. Give it a little extra detail and texture. This doesn't really make much sense to what I saw in the pictures. It's mainly just to kind of give it a little extra customizable Minecraft look. Okay, now let's grab the shovel, and we're going to go through here, and we're going to start putting in a bunch of path blocks in places all over the place. I think this brown color that the path block turns into looks really good with like the coarse dirt and everything. And especially with like the sand and whatnot, it's going to really make this place look very dry and arid. Alright, I think that's probably pretty good for the path blocks. I don't want to get rid of all of the grass. Oh, this actually doesn't look that great. I don't want to get rid of all of the grass, though. I want to leave some of it. So, sweet. Now, let's grab the squid backpack real quick. Because do I still have any? Yes, I do. Heat rocks in here. Okay, I think these things look really cool. Even borderline better than pebbles in some cases for it making it look like there's like stones on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of dot these in occasionally. As well as a couple of actual pebbles, too. I'm not going to forget about them. No siree. Okay, I think that's basically it. That's basically it. I think the last thing to do here is maybe to add in a couple bits. Oh, let me grab my these guys right here, my shears, and that way I can tear this stuff down as it gets too long. I don't really want tall grass in here. In fact, I don't even really want a whole lot of grass. Do I actually have grass like separated out here? I think I do. Yes, right here. I'm gonna grab this stuff and I'll just manually place it because I don't really want a whole lot of this in place. I just want it kind of sporadically placed out. Okay, there we go. I think we're done. I think we're done with this exhibit, at least the inside part of it here. Let me organize this stuff because this is a disaster. Oh my gosh. Organize this a bit. And then there's one. Actually, I need the squid backpack. I need that real fast here. Because I need to grab some. Ooh, I have more steel bars here. There. I was like, I don't have a whole lot of steel bars. Let's just fly up in the sky here real quick. And then come circling back on down here. Now, I've got a lot of terraforming to do around this exhibit. You can see here, this should keep the animals in there, the guanacos in here, you know, but I think this is basically it. The last thing I need to do is just add in the fence here in front here so that we don't have little children eating themselves into the pen. And I also have to add like the steps here so I don't have to jump to get up there. But then I think this exhibit is basically done. Okay, there we go. We got the guardrail put in. I've got the steps kind of figured out right here. I do have to go through and doodad up this entire walkway going all the way down this side here. You can see how it's hugging like the south side of the volcanoes right here. I got to do all the walkways up there, make it look all nice and pretty. Obviously, that's still a thing to do, but that is a future GReimer issue. Screw that guy. All right, so for our Guanaco exhibit, ooh, hold on one second. I see you. Gotcha. There's a spider over there. For a Guanaco exhibit, please tell me down in the comment section how to say it. Is it Guanaco, which would be like a harder A on that, Guanaco, or is it Guanaco, like you know, Gua? Anyway, yeah, let me know down in the comment section. Here, Barry, you're still stuck staring at the mud block. Here, check this out. You got a spider in there now. All right, so yeah, I think this is it. I need 2 names. I have 2 Guanacos, however you say it. So if you could, down in the comment section, please leave your best Guanaco names. I think that'd be great. I have no idea. They're like antelope things. Google them if you need if you need to know what they look like. So, alrighty, guys, I'm going to get out of here. So, thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of ZAWA. If you did enjoy, please hit that like button before you go. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. I did just recently play a game called Lice Word. There's a video out on the channel for you guys to see. It's a first look kind of thing. It's not out yet. Go check it out. It's a new survival game, kind of fun stuff. Trying to get some more attention on that because it was actually a lot of fun. If you guys like it, I might kind of do more stuff from it when the game releases. Anyway, all right, I'm getting out of here. Have yourself a good rest of your weekend, and goodbye.